But just to give you an overview of the Celtics, if you watch the game, something isn't right. I'll tell you right now, my take is it's Joe Mazzulla. And I'll give you some of the numbers and just the facts. Stats, facts, that's how I work. Our eyes do tell us something differently, though. There's a problem there. And I think it's Joe Mazzulla driven. Over the last 7 weeks, the Boston Celtics are 12-10. If you look at their last 20 games, they're 10-10. Just their last 10 games alone, they're 5-5. And in the month of January, they're 7-5. They have a chance to go 3-1 on a road trip. A long West Coast road trip where some thought this was the toughest part of the year. Remember the old Derek White audio from a couple of months ago? No, it's the toughest stretch. They have a chance to go 3-1 with a win over the team they beat in the NBA Finals, who were without Luka and Lively. So, I mean, no mistake about it. Your eyes tell you there's a problem. So they have a chance to go 8-5 in January and 6-5 in their last 11. It's not pretty. Those are the numbers. I mean, they started the year 19-4. What a stretch, huh? But the loss to the Lakers last night, 21-point defeat, the largest of the season. The trend is that now they're losing multiple games by double digits. Now their fourth double-digit loss this year. And that's just in the month of January. They didn't lose by double digits all season going into this one. They're still 31-14. They have the third best record in the NBA. And quite frankly, they're the only team in the NBA that's top 5 in both offensive and defensive rating. So on the long view of it is, the third best team in the league, top 5 in offense and defense. What are we all worried about here? But there are some trends. And the fact is, this is a fact. No matter what other people tell you, the fact is, the Boston Celtics are shooting less threes, and they're missing more twos. Pull-up twos this season. Just a couple of players here to bring it up to you. I'll bring up Jason Tatum, and I'll bring up Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's really struggling. Last year on twos, he shot 47%. This year, he's shooting 37%. It's just become too inconsistent. I'll get into more of the players in a bit, but as a team, the Celtics shot 38% from the field last night and 34% from three. It's very easy to say, well, they shot 34% from three, that's why they lost. But over their last 10 games, they ranked 25th in field goal percentage and 26th in three-point percentage. And all 4 of their lowest scoring games have come on those double-digit losses. So it's the twos and the threes, and inconsistency is no doubt a problem here. The Celtics have a bunch of built-in excuses, right? Like they're giving a lot of leeway because they are clearly the best team in the NBA. Inconsistency is one thing, but the late-game malfunctions are another. Last night was just a lazy display of a funk or inconsistency being exposed on national television. It's funny because I was slacking with Skaz before the show today, and I mentioned a couple of things such as free throws and games without, having a lot of assists, and Skaz just writes, defense. And it's true. Their defense sucks. They're not trying out there. They're not trying. Their biggest issue is their philosophy. So if you want to blame it on threes, fine. I'll bow to you. But when I tell you they're shooting less threes and they suck more, that's a fact. People think I'm yelling. I'm not. One major problem is the philosophy. The Celtics finished last night shooting 42% from 2. And at the rim, they were 38%. They're shooting less threes, and their 2 best players are struggling because of it. Just listen to these numbers, 3-point attempts by month. In the month of October, okay, percentage of their shots being 3-point attempts by month. October, 55%. November, 57%. By the way, they went 12-2 that month. In December, 54%. They went 8-6. In January, 49.9. So 50%. Their 3-point attempts are going down by month. That's a fact. Their record is worse in the month of January. Why? They're shooting less threes. They're struggling more at 2, and they're playing zero defense, not hitting any of their free throws. And when they don't pass the ball or make the extra pass, generally they lose the game. So for all the people who say the threes, they're shooting less threes and they're worse. Facts. Jason Tatum attempted a season-low 12 shots last night. How? He's also shooting 31% from 3 in January. That's a problem. Jaylen Brown's 2-point shooting percentage. I mentioned this season, he's shooting 39% from the field. Last year, do you know what he shot? 48%. Twos. They're leaning on twos. They're shooting less threes. This is a philosophy issue. Something has changed. Joe Mazzulla was on the air today talking about it. He's asking guys to do different things. Jaylen Brown said, yeah, we're trying different things. They're all trying to stick together as the coach is changing some sort of philosophy. Why are they shooting less threes? What is going on there? How in the month of October, they had 5 games in the month of October, shot 55% of their threes. They went 4-1. 57% in November. They went 12-2. 3-point attempts by month. It keeps going down, and they keep getting worse. So is it the threes? I just want to debunk that because they really suck from 2, and it's showing. This team's built to shoot volume threes. That's what they're built to do. They're changing it up right now. They're giving certain minutes to guys. Tatum used to play the whole fourth quarter. Now he's not. They're trying to work Jaylen Brown into the mix. And when he goes to the basket, he's just not the same guy. He is not the same guy he was a year ago. And quite frankly, Jason Tatum, for all the great pub that I gave him about changing his shot and shooting his 3, he's been horrific in the month of January. So when your 2 best players aren't playing well, you're struggling as a team, and your philosophy is bad, this is the funk that you see. I blame that on the coach.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from my show, The Joe Murray Show, here. For more Celtics analysis and opinion, hit this playlist.